Welcome, everybody, to the NFL Weekly Pick'em Show on the Grueling Crew Sports Network. The NFL's Weekly Pick'em Show is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. I can tell you this. I've played a lot of them before. I won't bring up their names. But MyBookie.ag came to us with a deal. They wanted to be a sponsor for the show a couple months ago. I figured we'd try it out. I put some money in, and the thing I know that really stood out to me was the first time that I won, I had the money within 48 hours, which on the other ones, sometimes it was kind of like pulling teeth. So make sure you go to mybookie.ag. They're the best sports book on the internet that you'll find. And if you go on there right now and you put in NFL picks for a promo code, you will get 100% cash back bonus. You can also go to thegruelingcrew.net and click on our banner with mybookie.ag, which will take you there and also give you the 100% bonus. So make sure you check out mybookie.ag. All right, guys, I'm your host for the NFL Pick'em Show, Mike Goodpaster, and right now I want to welcome in last week's winner. He was actually tied with John Raspani, who was our guest picker. They both went 11-2. Help me welcome in Brian Schmidt. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good, and I can also vouch and say MyBookieAG is awesome. I can't wait to get on there again and do some more picks.
All right, and next up, we've got what would have been tied for second place, which would have been myself, and Matt Andruscavage. How you doing, Matt?
I'm well. It is week 9, and we're more than halfway through the season, and there's going to be some good games this week.
And I know you're happy because it seems the Packers are in trouble.
Yeah. No, I'm really thinking more about my own team, but I guess it's nice because it's relatively quiet in Wisconsin.
That's always quiet. Well, the only bad thing about that, I'm not even going to go there. Next up, we've got a man who last week just missed winning the Oz Award again, Alex Golden, who was 9-4. How you doing, Alex?
Well, I hate to say it, but I would be tied with you if I didn't go with my Colts and pick that homer pick. So, I'm not too far off from being right there with you, so not too much hate on Oz there.
But the thing is, you're nowhere near me because you started a few weeks late and you're like 47 games behind me. So.
Yeah, but
then there's no excuses because you could always been on the show. All you had to do was ask.
Yeah, well, you asked me late so you get a head start because you knew better.
No, I asked you because you said, hey, could I ever be on the NFL Pick'em Show? And I said, sure, you want to do it tonight. And you said, okay, and that's how we did it.
Well, hopefully I've been a good addition to the show.
Yeah, well, that's debatable. But but I do want to say, even though Alex sometimes has a rough time picking games because he picks his home team, the Indianapolis Colts, he does run a couple NBA shows, too. You want to tell everybody about those, Alex?
Yeah, so I do a Let's Talk Pacers podcast, which I'll be recording that on Saturday this week. Didn't get a show up last week because of some scheduling conflicts. And I also do an NBA show called The Courtroom Podcast. It's kind of taken over Let's Talk NBA because I just get tired of everything being Let's Talk. So decided to go with a different show with my co-host, Mark Wallen, and those are usually recorded on Mondays, but we've had a couple more scheduling conflicts just because, life happens. But we'll be having a show up either Thursday or Friday this week, so just kind of crazy. But make sure you check us out. We talk all things NBA there, and it's a lot of fun. So a lot of debate and a lot of analytics from Mark's side of things, and I just kind of shoot things from the hip and act like I'm smarter than Mark when I'm really not.
Yeah, I've heard the show before, and really, you're nowhere near as smart as Mark.
No.
Let's go ahead, and also, the red herring in the building is Oz Davis is not here because he went trick-or-treating tonight, but he did dress up as Janet Jackson to go trick-or-treating, so it's cool. And it is also, I have to bring this up, but he doesn't even have any kids. All right, so he does really. I was kidding. Look, I'm going to go to Matt first. Matt, there was a trade. Jimmy Garoppolo got traded from New England to the San Francisco 49ers. What's your take on the trade?
I really do like it because I think Garoppolo's been on the radar for several months now, and I think everybody thought that Garoppolo was not going to be traded, because New England's asking price was something like 2 first-round picks, or it was just believed to be astronomical. And so Bill Belichick came out and said it just wasn't sustainable to keep him. And Brady's playing well. It looked to be like he was their insurance policy. Well, now he is, in your words, Mike, a franchise quarterback who a team like the 49ers really ought to trade for, and to only give up a second-round pick when they had 2 second-round picks. This is definitely a good deal, because if he turns out to be a franchise quarterback, now that opens them up to be able to spend all that cap money and make all the draft picks next year for lots of other positions of need.
Yeah, and I agree. I like Garoppolo. When he came out in the draft, I thought he was the best quarterback in that draft. I think it's a great pickup as long as they sign him. I would sign him this week to an extension. The only problem there is then if he doesn't turn out to be any good. But the thing that really stands out to me here, Brian, is this. I think when I look at this pick, I didn't think Garoppolo would be traded because I thought that, he was the heir apparent to Tom Brady. I think what this tells us, Schmitty, is that when Tom Brady retires, Bill Belichick's going with him.
I would say so.
Agree.
That was kind of my feeling with it. I think that he is going to go with him. I know that you kind of get to a point where I'm sure he's at where he's done this for so long, and once Brady retires, you kind of start thinking to yourself, do I really want to start over again? And I think maybe the answer right now is maybe he doesn't.
Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't think Garoppolo's that good. But I just think
that was the point I was just going to make. Is maybe Belichick has had a history of trading guys that everybody is extremely high on, and then they go somewhere else and
they're not nearly as good.
And that was one of the first things that I thought of with this trade is I wonder if, looking at two sides of the coin, A, him retiring when Brady does, and then B, I wonder if he doesn't know something that everybody else doesn't know, and that is that, no matter where this guy goes, he's not going to be as good as everybody thinks because he's not going to be in the New England system.
Yeah.
Possible.
Matt? I know.
Absolutely,
that's my worry. I like Garoppolo coming out of college, but I've only seen him play with New England, with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And we've seen guys like Matt Castle, Alex, who looked awesome his 1 year there. And then when he left, he never did anything remotely close to that again.
Yeah, Matt Castle. Let's not talk about that. But you did bring up an interesting point about Belichick and Brady, maybe being tied at the hip together, where they might be walking away together. And it kind of sounds like something Colin Cowherd was talking about today on his show. And he brought up an interesting point, but I think it's just kind of stupid as well. He said that Belichick traded Brissett to the Colts because he's friends with Andy Reid, and our GM is close to Andy Reid. And then he said that he traded Garoppolo to the 49ers, who is his good friend Mike Shanahan's son, Kyle Shanahan's team. So he said there's a connection there, and he's almost like he's, doing them a favor when he trades them to guys that he wants to, better their team. Kind of interesting there. I don't really agree with that take from him, but something to look at because it doesn't really make sense why you would trade your second and third string quarterbacks when you have Tom Brady on your team, who's getting old, and he's been getting hit some recently. So if he goes out, who's there to back him up? That's the big thing. And look at what they got in return. They got a second-round pick from San Francisco, which is nice, but only 40% of top players in the second round end up being, an impact player.
Yeah, but this is the question. How many players drafted in the second round by the New England Patriots end up being a big-time player?
Well, that's basically their first-round pick because the Niners are going to have probably
they've got two top – but they got what? They'll have probably the last pick in the first round and the first pick in the second now.
Yeah,
sorry,
pretty much.
Well, the second pick because the Cleveland
close.
Browns are really, really bad.
Right, it's going to be somewhere in there.
Which, I mean, the Cleveland Browns couldn't even pull off a trade to get what they thought was the quarterback they wanted, an A.J. McCarron, Alex. Were you surprised by the Browns' ineptitude?
No. Who would be? I mean, it's the Browns.
I would have been surprised if they would have not been inept.
Yeah, I know.
I would have been surprised if they'd have made a good play.
Well, but my thing is this. I'm a Bengals fan, and I've seen A.J. McCarron a lot. And I think that this is going to work out better for the Browns that they didn't pull the trigger on this trade. Brian?
Yeah, but you think it has to mess with Kaiser, though, right?
Well, anything is better than Kaiser, you would think. But I'm not sure that A.J. McCarron is better than anybody starting in the NFL outside of like Brian Hoyer, whatever the hell his name is in San Francisco.
Well, Brian Hoyer is probably going to New England.
Yeah, probably, because do they even have a backup in New England right now?
They don't. Brady is their only quarterback, so I think they're bringing Hoyer in.
You know what? You watch. If Brady gets hurt, Hoying, whatever his name is, will go in and win a couple games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brian Hoyer is a decent backup quarterback.
No, he's not, but he is in New England.
Yes, he is.
I mean, it's debatable that Schmidt might even be able to play a little NFL quarterback if he's in New England.
That could be, but here's the thing. Ever since this whole Browns thing happened that I've laughed at and thought about is in the midst of being told, hey, we're going to make this trade, what in the heck was going around in the Browns office? Did they have strippers there partying about this trade that somebody forgot to hit send on the email, send on the fax,
right,
or tie the paper to the carrier pigeon?
Yeah, because the Kelvin Benjamin trade was made at 357. The Bengals and Browns trade was made at 355.
I mean, if I am a Browns fan, which I understand that those are getting less and less, after hearing something like this, I'm seriously turning in my fan card, because if an organization can't hit send on an email, send on a fax, tie it to the carrier pigeon, put it in a dog's mouth, run to New York, what is the sense of being a fan of Cleveland Browns?
You're a masochist?
Well, there is that, but, I mean.
Yeah, but, all right, we'll go ahead and we'll get off the trades, even though there's a lot more we could talk about, but we'll go ahead and talk about the games this week. We're going to start off, remember, mybookie.ag. NFL Picks is a promo code for 100% cash bonus. The first game of the week, Schmitty, the Buffalo Bills -3 at the New York Jets. Give us your pick with the point spread and then your pick straight up.
I'm going to say I won't go the same on both. I mean, I'm going to take the Bills and the points, and obviously I'm going to take the Bills. So I'm going to. Yeah, no, let me flip that. Take the Bills point, but I'm going to take the Jets to win.
Jets to win?
The Jets to win? But you're taking the Bills and giving the points.
Yeah, I'm going to take the chance.
All right, so you would take the Jets and the points?
Yes.
All right, Matt?
Where's this team played at, and what's the point spread? I did not hear that.
Buffalo at the Jets. Buffalo is favored by 3 points.
Yeah, Buffalo's favored by 3 on the road. I would just take Buffalo straight up to win. I wouldn't even – I think they'll win by more than 3.
Yeah, I think this is a team that's all of a sudden possibly a contender to New England.
Especially now with Kelvin Benjamin. That's an interesting trade.
All right, I'm going to go with Matt. I'm going to go with the Bills. I would give the 3 points also. Alex?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you guys, but I'm not as high on Kelvin Benjamin as you guys are. I think he's just a decent receiver, but nothing spectacular. I think Sammy Watkins actually has more talent, and they traded him at the beginning of the year. So, but yeah, I'll take the Bills on the points.
Well, I think Benjamin's better than Watkins. I just don't think Benjamin's had a quarterback until now. I like Tyrod Taylor more than Cam Newton.
Okay, stop.
I actually
do. Cam Newton's a front runner.
I think Tyrod Taylor is better.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a front runner. He's more accurate. And I think he's more dangerous running the ball. Cam Newton, to me, is just a head case. Next game, Denver +8 at Philly, Alex.
Denver +8 at Philly. Well, I'm taking the Eagles to win the game. I don't know. I think the Eagles adding Ajayi, I mean, that was a trade we didn't talk about either, and I think that's an interesting pickup as well because Ajayi is a pretty good running back. Now, there might be some knee issues there, but, I like the Eagles big in this game. So
yeah, I like the Eagles big too, and the good thing about Ajayi is him and LeGarrette Blount, Schmidt, are completely different style of running backs too.
Yeah, that was a great trade for them, and again, I'm not sure how they were able to get that trade for just a 4th-round pick, but I like Philly in all kind of ways in this game. I just think they're the best team in the NFC.
I think they're
now.
the best team in the NFL. They're the most complete team.
Yeah, they are. I think this trade may push them to that next level. Now you've got some really diversified run game to go with offensively what they've already done. You've got another weapon, solid defensively. I think this just really puts them in another bracket in terms of what they can be come playoff time. As long as they stay healthy.
It does worry me the loss of their best offensive tackle though too.
Anytime you lose an offensive lineman, that's always scary. But
all righty, Matt.
Yeah, I like the Eagles a double-digit win. Getting Ajayi with this offense is they're definitely a Super Bowl contender. I just don't see anybody in the NFC right now that I like more in any game than I do with Philly. I think. Philly
I'll give you this. I think the Eagles. I think I would take Denver in the 8 though.
I think they'll win by double digits.
It's a lot of points. And Denver, I mean, you put Von Miller up against the backup left tackle, and they may be able to stay in the game.
Problem is, I just see Denver turning the ball over. I think they got real quarterback problems right now.
Exactly.
All right. Next up, if you hear a dog barking, it's my new dog. I'm dog sitting for O.J. Simpson. It's his dog. It's a true story. It's O.J. Simpson's dog. If you don't believe me, I'll put the dog on. He can tell you. All right, the next game. The Los Angeles Rams are favored by 3.5 at the New York Giants. Schmitty?
Rams take the Rams to win. Take the Rams in the points. They'll beat that spread.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, no brainer here. The Giants are they're a team that's going to be looking to rebuild in the off season. They're headed south, and the Rams are very good. They're going to win by way more than 3.
All right, Alex.
I'm going to pick the Rams, but I'm actually not going to take the points because I think that it's going to be a 3-point game. I don't know why, but I just like this could be a trap game for the Rams.
Yeah, it's a game that would worry me. The Giants do have a little bit of offense, and their defense is good enough to keep them in the game. I think I would give the points, though, and take the Rams either way. So we're all in agreement on that game. So that brings us to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored by 7. I'll start this one off. I'm going to go with New Orleans. I'm going to give the points, and I think Dirk Cutter is not long for the NFL, Schmitty.
Yeah, I got New Orleans both ways. Tampa has just been very disappointing, and I think that'll be an open job here when the season ends.
All right, Alex?
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I feel like we're all agreeing on everything, but it's just you can't pick against the Saints right now, and the Bucs have been terrible.
Yeah, we need Oz right now. Because it would start off, I'd say Oz, and he'd say, well.
I really want to pick the Bucs.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, I don't see how he can pick against the Saints right now. Tampa Bay, what a disappointing team this year. They had so much talent. You thought they filled in all kinds of gaps and, fix some issues, but they don't look any further ahead than they were last year. So, and even with getting Doug Martin back, they just don't look anything close to what we thought we were going to see. So,
I
Saints
think
look infinitely better. What's that?
I think they've actually regressed from last year, to be honest.
Yeah. No question.
I mean, them and Oakland have to be the two most disappointing teams.
Yes.
And Tennessee, even though they're 4-3. The next game, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Jacksonville Jaguars, Schmitty. And the Jaguars are favored by 4.5.
So you're taking New Orleans, Mike?
Yeah, I thought I said that, didn't I?
I
picked the game first.
Go ahead. Okay.
Jeez, pay attention to the show, man.
I'm trying.
We're watching the World Series. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm taking Jacksonville both to win, and I'll take Jacksonville in the points.
All righty. So from that hater, we go to Alex Golden. Alex.
Yeah, the Bengals are trash, and I know Mike Holtz.
Yeah, but they've got 3 wins, which is more than your team's got. Actually, your team and Matt's team together doesn't have as many wins as the Bengals.
Yeah, but even you agree, the Bengals look terrible, and
it doesn't matter if you win.
I don't have any trust in them at all, and I'm going to pick Jacksonville to win this game, and I'll take the points.
I think you're both crazy, Matt.
Yeah, count me crazy too. I think Jacksonville's defense is just going to overwhelm the offense. Jacksonville's good enough. With coming off a bye week, Fournette's back. I just don't think the Bengals can hang with the Jaguars.
All right. Well, I think all 3 of you are nuts, and I'm just as crazy because I'm going with Jacksonville because I don't think the Bengals' offensive line can block them. And I think not trading A.J. McCarron will come in good this week because I think Andy Dalton gets knocked out by the Jacksonville defensive line. So I'm going with the Jaguars also. Because, see, I actually can do this without picking with my heart like some people do. Alex.
Oh, well, what a jerk.
You cannot be a Colts fan and call any other team that is not the 49ers or the Browns, the only 2 teams you beat, trash.
Yes, I can.
The Bengals beat the Bills, and you just said you thought the Bills were a good team.
Yeah, it was a fluke win. Even
a fluke win. Yeah, where the Bengals turned the ball over 5 times that the Bills won, and the Bengals still won.
Yeah, I picked the Bengals to win that game too. So get off my back. They suck right now. Did you see how
you pick the Colts every week, though.
That's just because I have to.
You don't have to.
You forced me into it, man.
Okay. Next game. Alex, you're up first. Indianapolis at Houston. Houston's favored by 13. Alex, you going to be a man and pick your Colts, or are you going to be a little girl and pick the
13? Wow.
Well, I put this on my Twitter, and I listed every single game the Colts have left, and I said there's no chance I'm ever picking the Colts to win another game this season. There's just too many question marks, and they pretty much tried to trade all their key players besides Brissett. I mean, they're trying to trade Gore, T.Y. Hilton, Vontae Davis, Dante Moncrief.
And nobody wanted any of them because their team is trash.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think teams are calling about them. But with that being said, Houston
they're still trash.
Okay. Houston looked great in Seattle last week. Tough game, probably the best game we've seen in a while. Just a really fun battle there between Wilson and Watson. So I'm going to pick the Texans, and I'm going to take the points. They're going to beat the Colts by like 28 points. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans, and if this line was 33 points, I'd probably still take the Texans. Matt?
Yeah, same here. I think
because, Matt, you know why, Matt?
Why?
Because the Colts are trash. Go ahead, Matt.
The Texans are, they're way better than their 3-4 record. They could easily be 5-2 right now. They are just playing very well. I really like Watson, and I think their back's up against the wall. So they're not that far out of the race here, but they need to win this game. So I think they'll win big.
All right, Schmidt.
Texans on both sides, and even though the Texans are 3-4, do not be surprised as when this team makes the playoffs. This team may be a true dangerous team in the playoffs. Every time I see them, I really like what I see, and Watson to me is going to be a stud quarterback in this league.
All right, the next game, the Atlanta Falcons See, did I pick this game? Oh, wait. The Colts are trash, so obviously I'm taking Houston. The Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. Carolina is wait your turn, Alex. Carolina is favored by 1.5, Schmitty.
Man, I am not getting on that Carolina bandwagon because anytime I pick them, they find a way for me to get a loss. So Atlanta, take Atlanta points, take Atlanta to win, take Atlanta to show, take Atlanta to place.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree with Schmitty. I'm going to take him to win show and place. Alex, how about you?
Yep, I'm with you guys. I'm picking the Falcons.
Matt?
Yeah, I don't see really how Carolina got better after this trade. I just don't see them beating a lot of good teams. Atlanta's got some question marks. They've had some struggles, but I think they'll win.
All right, guys, real quick, we're going to take a break and listen to a commercial from mybookie.ag. We'll be back with the second half of Slate of Games right after this.
We'll get back to the podcast in just about a minute here, but first, football season is here, and if you're one of those fans of the NFL, the CFL, or college football who likes to make things interesting on game day, be sure to check out the offerings at mybookie.ag, a sponsor of the Grueling Truth Network. MyBookie reminds you that where you're betting is just as important as what you're betting on. MyBookie.ag offers the full range of point spreads, lines, odds, futures, proposition bets, and parlays on NFL, CFL, and FBS games that you'd find at any proper sportsbook online or off. They've also got the very trendy and exciting in-game live betting options as well. MyBookie offers all first-time players a 100% deposit bonus, thereby doubling your initial bankroll. And MyBookie accepts players from worldwide, including the U.S. and Canada. MyBookie.ag offers 24-hour multilingual customer service and chat, plus a handy app for your mobile device. Best of all about MyBookie.ag, though, is the payout time. MyBookie promises payouts to your account within 2 business days of request. So the next time you're wagering on football, or baseball, or basketball, or soccer, or any major sport really, check out MyBookie.ag, sponsor of the Grueling Truth. Use promo code CFBPICKS or NFLPICKS to get a 100% match bonus on your first deposit. That's promo code CFBPICKS or NFLPICKS. Thank you, and please always play responsibly.
All right, guys, we're back on the NFL Weekly Pick'em Show. We're Week 9. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster, sitting here with Brian Schmidt, Alex Golden, Matt Andruscavage, Noah Davis, because last week he was last again. He was kind of embarrassed. So he's going to take the week off. Hopefully he can regroup. He'll be back next week. All right, the next game, there is no line on mybookie.ag yet. That's probably because of Joe Flacco. We've got Baltimore at Tennessee, Matt.
Baltimore at Tennessee. Pretty good game. I think I'm going to go Tennessee on this one. Tennessee has not played up to par, but I think they've got enough to win this game. It could really go either way, but being at home, I think I'll take Tennessee.
All right, I'm going to take Baltimore. I just think they're the more physically tough team. And I think Tennessee's another team that's going to be looking for a coach when the year's over because, like I said, they may be 4-3, but they've underachieved to me the way they played. Schmitty?
I would take Baltimore if I knew for sure Flacco was playing. I'm gonna take Baltimore with the mindset that he is gonna play. But
yeah, that's what I did. So we could be completely wrong, and Matt will get to pick up a game. But at least it'll build some confidence up with Matt.
Yeah, I'm
going
to take Baltimore
extend the game over you, Mike.
Hey, Matt, Brian's picking right now. He doesn't interrupt when you are picking. Go ahead, Brian. I'm very sorry for that rude interruption.
Baltimore.
All right, Alex.
Well, I have to ask you, what did you think about that hit on Flacco? Fair or not fair?
Schmitty?
Honestly, I think I saw it, but I don't know if I watched that closely. So I don't know. I couldn't honestly answer if it was fair or not fair, to be honest.
I will say fair because I don't see how he could have pulled up in time to not hit him. Matt?
I didn't see the play. I think that was the London
Matt was
game.
watching soccer again, probably the FIFA World Championships or UEFA or whatever they call that crap. All right, Alex?
Well, I mean, I didn't necessarily love the play. I thought that it was I understand what you're saying, though, where you didn't think you had enough time to stop, but I think in today's NFL, they protect the quarterback so much, and it was just kind of crazy how his helmet flew off like that. And if you just go on Twitter and type in Joe Flacco, you'll see the play about 75 different times and different memes about it. But that being said, I mean, I don't know. This is going to be a tough game. On ESPN here, it's saying Titans -5.5, in case you're wondering. So I'm gonna pick.
I would definitely take Baltimore in 5.5.
Yeah, I would definitely pick Baltimore point-wise, but for the game, I'm going to pick the Titans at home in a close game.
All right, the next game, the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers, Matt.
Well, really love to pick my team here, but I just don't know if we're going to stop Adrian Peterson. Just too many injuries. And I just don't know how we're going to get points, too. It's just the offensive line is just they're all the backups are in. Joe Staley's out 5 weeks. I'm just not sure they're going to score. And this is the third team in 4 weeks that they are playing off a bye week. I mean, they're just getting these teams fresh. It's just, there's just not a lot. Don't have a lot going for them for this season. So I think I'm just going to take Arizona.
That's a real downer as beaten as Matt just sounded, Brian. Alex,
yeah.
Who are you picking?
Hey, what's
the
line on
telling
this?
it like it is.
You didn't tell us the line on this game.
-2.
-2?
Arizona's favored by 2.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna actually pick the 49ers to win this game, and that way we can have a combined total of wins, me and Matt, and have as many wins as the Bengals will have next week. And the biggest thing here, though, is the 49ers just have to kind of be re-energized after that trade for Garoppolo. I mean, it might not show on the field because they've been pretty bad, but they've been in some games this season. So I think that you'll see a rejuvenated 49ers team that has
But the Bengals are trash, right?
Yeah, the Bengals are trash.
But a team that hasn't won a game yet could be rejuvenated.
Yeah, because they just made a trade. You guys kept
Wow.
your guy.
Okay.
A.J. McCarron. I mean, come on now. You guys still have Andy
Nobody
Dalton.
wants A.J. McCarron.
I know, but you guys still have him, so that makes you trash.
You get Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, he's better than A.J. McCarron and Andy Dalton.
Yeah, he's better than Andy Dalton. That showed in the game when they played.
Exactly.
I know. Where Dalton threw for what, about
But we're not
350
talking
yards?
about the dumb Bengals. We're wasting too much time on the Bengals. They're not even good. Let's talk about the Cardinals and the 49ers.
Yeah, two teams that suck ass really bad. Go ahead.
Right,
They're all in the same boat.
No, we're not. There's a big difference between 3 wins and your season still counts, and no wins and you're hoping to get the number
Your
1
season
pick,
doesn't
but not
count.
go 0-16.
Let's not deceive ourselves, Mike. Your season does not count.
Oh,
You
it
will not
doesn't?
make the playoffs.
If they beat Jacksonville, they'll be 4-4, and nobody ever been in it. And they're going to beat Jacksonville.
Yeah, but they're not going to win.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
Your team is not going to the playoffs, Mike.
So your team's not even going to, like...
It don't matter. At the end of the day,
My
Your
team...
team's not even going to, like, the grocery store, Matt. They wouldn't be allowed. They don't let trash in the grocery store.
Yeah, but
your team isn't much different.
Oh, no, my team's not much different. With the 3 wins, including a win over the Buffalo Bills, my team's no different.
Congratulations on your 3 wins. They won't be going to the playoffs. But
I bet you guys wish you could have 3 wins for an entire freaking season, but you won't.
No, why would I want
Not
more
this
wins?
year.
It just hurts my playoff spot or my draft spot.
Well, of course, because that's the girly way to do it. Ooh, I don't want to win.
No,
I want to
that's
build
not
for
a girly
next
way.
year because my team sucks.
Yeah, well, if they suck,
I don't
embrace
want
it.
to have 3 wins.
Well, both your teams are trash. It doesn't matter. My team's better than both your teams. It doesn't matter if my team makes the playoffs or not. At least we're not trying to go 0-16, and at least we don't live in godforsaken Indianapolis. So are you going to pick this game, Alex, or what?
I already picked the 49ers.
All right, Brian.
Ladies and gentlemen, this whole diatribe.
And the Steelers suck ass. Go ahead, Brian.
brought to you by people that are not Steelers fans of 6-2. Anyway, what game are we picking? Because I've completely lost now.
The trash bowl. Cardinals -2 at the 49ers.
Oh, yeah, take the Cardinals.
Okay. I'm going to take the Cardinals, too, because I don't know why, but I'm just going to. It's out of reflex. The next game, the Washington Redskins are 7-point underdogs at Seattle. I'll start this one off. I'm going to take Seattle. And I would give the points, but it's still a lot of points. Worries me a little bit there. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm picking Seattle, and I'm giving the points.
All right. From now on, we're going to call Alex Oz Jr. Brian?
I'm going to take Seattle to win, but I don't think Seattle will cover. I think it'll be a game within 7 points. So I'll take Washington on the points, but I'll Seattle to win.
All right. Matthew?
I will take Seattle to win and cover. I think Seattle got a lot of confidence last week. They also made a trade for a pretty good left tackle. I just think they're going to start hitting their stride. As much as I don't like it, I just think they may be good again.
All right, the next game is a pick'em right now, Brian. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Dallas Cowboys.
Woo! I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with KC to win this. I'm going to go with KC.
All right. I'm going to go with Dallas to win this. Matt?
I think I'm going to go with KC only because I'm not sure the injunction is going to get overturned this time with in time for Ezekiel Elliott to be able to play this week. It's going to be Thursday. Alex? I don't know if anything's happening.
I'm tired of hearing about Ezekiel Elliott. He did nothing wrong. It was proven he did nothing wrong.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I just think he's going to be suspended, and it's crappy. But
now, I'm sure he's done plenty of things to get suspended, but he didn't get caught on them. Alex?
Well, I'm going to go with someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to football, so I'm going to go with Brian, and I'm going to pick the Chiefs.
All righty. Why are you always just trying to rattle my cage?
Well, you said you're going to call me Oz Jr. What's what you get?
Well, quit coming in freaking last all the time.
I'm not in last. I got screwed last week because I picked the Colts.
Whose fault's that? When you pick shit, you get shit.
I got screwed because I picked.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Now you sound like them liberals.
Hey, I said I picked them just because I wanted to give you crap.
See, again, like Oz. He sounds like a liberal from California.
Well, I'm not a liberal.
I got screwed over because I did something wrong and somebody didn't bail my ass out.
Yeah, well, I am a millennial, so that is something we can talk about, but I'm not a liberal at all.
Yeah, well, you are now. Because Oz really isn't either, but I always call him that, and it's stuck. So another year from now, if I'm still calling you that, it'll stick. Next up, we got a rematch of one of the greatest football games ever played, the 1974 AFC Divisional Playoff, the Sea of Hands games. The Oakland Raiders, -3 at the Miami Dolphins. Matt?
Jeez. I don't know what Miami's thinking getting rid of Ajayi.
They're not.
I don't think
they got Jay Cutler as quarterback, so they haven't been thinking.
Not this week. I think Matt Moore's playing, isn't he?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they signed Jay Cutler to be their starting quarterback. So.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of been a year-long thing.
But he ain't playing this week, so
yeah.
I'm going to go with the Raiders to win this game. With Marshawn Lynch back, I think that gives them a little bit of extra something. They did lose a close game the last time they played. They're clearly an underachieving team, but I don't know. I think they can win this game, so I'll go Raiders.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with somebody that knows what they're talking about with football, Matt, not Alex, and I'm going to pick the Raiders. How about you, Alex?
Well, if you would have let me go first, I'd have picked the Raiders, so it's a good thing. You know,
so you're going to make the excuse now that you were always going to pick the Raiders. Sure you were.
Yeah, the Dolphins just got rid of their best player, and they have Jay Cutler. It's pretty obvious.
And they still have twice as many wins as the Colts.
Oh, you're so funny. I don't even care.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. Nobody laughed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hurt your feelings and make you talk like a 10-year-old, though.
You're not. I'm just happy.
Yeah, you did, because you were so funny.
Yeah, because I think it's ridiculous. Your jokes are terrible sometimes.
I know.
Just a little overkill.
Just like the Colts.
Yeah, I know. The Colts suck. We quit talking about it. We're talking about the Raiders. All you do is talk about how bad the team is, and I'm like, I agree, they suck. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, they're trash. Go ahead. So you're picking Oakland, right?
Yeah, and I'm picking them by 10.
Okay. Well, I think they'll win by 11. So, Brian.
Yeah, I'm picking Oakland on both levels. Oakland will win this game. They will cover, and nobody in Miami will be happy.
Except for the fact they're in Miami and they live on a beach, and it's 80 degrees still there. You do have that.
Yeah, you do got that.
Final game of the week. The Detroit Lions are favored by 2.5 at Lambeau Field, Matt.
Yeah, I think Detroit will win this game. Their back's against the wall. I just don't believe Brett Hundley is the answer in Green Bay. I think they still have serious problems on the defense, and offensive line has issues too. I think the Lions, they're a lot better than their record. They could have. I mean, the Steelers played well. Lions had their chances, just couldn't punch those into the end zone.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Lions in both ways. Their backs are against the wall. And I'll tell you, the Lions played well Monday night. They just didn't play well and didn't execute on three goal lines. But still a good football team. And right now, with the issues in Green Bay, I think Lions are a way better football team.
All right, I'm going to go with the Lions also. Alex?
Give me the Lions.
Oh, I was waiting for some football wisdom.
Easy. I gave it to you, the Lions.
Okay. Geez, you don't have to get snippy with me. All right, guys. We're going to wrap this show up. We'll come back to Week 10 next week. Oz will be back, so I'll have him to pick on. Alex, any final words that aren't derogatory towards me or my team?
Yeah, well, I mean, Cincinnati sucks, and so do you. So, yeah, that's it.
But at least we're not in Indianapolis.
I don't know. Indianapolis is a lot better city than Cincinnati. At least we have an NBA team.
Wow. We have a baseball team in the major leagues that's won 5 World Series.
Yeah, and they haven't won those since the 80s, so, yeah.
Actually, they won the last one in 1990.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
When's the last time the Indianapolis team won the World Series?
Well, my St. Louis Cardinals won in 2011.
St. Louis Cardinals. Wait a second.
Yeah.
You live in Indianapolis. Why would you cheer for a team 5 hours away in Indianapolis or St. Louis?
Because we have like 17 teams right around.
Yeah, because you have no team. All right? Because you're not a major league city. A major league city would have a major league team.
Basketball is way better than baseball. You guys had a basketball team, and you had to get rid of it. Just like your Reds will be sold in a little bit. Just wait for it.
The Reds will never move because they are the oldest team in professional. They're the oldest team in professional sports.
Yeah, and they suck, just like the Bengals.
Yeah, they suck, but at least we got one.
I'd rather not waste
you don't
my
have
money
anything. I mean, you've got a football team that sucks. You've got a baseball team. Wait, no, you don't. You got an NBA team that sucks.
No, they don't.
I'm a Pacer fan because I know they suck, and they've sucked forever. Huh?
You can't talk trash about an NBA team. We don't got one.
Yeah, I do. I've been a Pacer fan forever.
Yeah, well, did you watch tonight's game? Did you watch the last
I
game?
Can't.
I can't. Game winner against the Spurs? Yeah, you can't watch it because you're blocked out. That's what you get.
Actually, I couldn't watch it because I was doing a freaking boxing show.
Yeah, boxing.
Man, there's no boxing in Indianapolis either worth a crap.
Yeah,
but there is in Cincinnati.
Golden Gloves, baby.
Yeah, because winning the Indiana State Golden Gloves just skyrockets guys to world championships.
You know it. Amateurs, man.
Name one.
I don't watch boxing.
Exactly. So you're not real big on manly sports. Brian, do you have any final words?
God, I feel like tonight I needed to put people in time out. I don't know. I feel like I need to be putting people in timeout tonight, but damn.
Alex, right? Because he acts like he's 9. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to enjoy football this weekend. Hopefully I'm going to be in the stands for a college football game on Saturday. So I'm going to enjoy my
football. College football game?
I'm hoping going to Ohio State.
All right. Hopefully Iowa wins. Matt.
I hope not.
I do. Matt.
Well, I'm hoping for a lot more good football this week. This past week, I thought there were only like 2 really good games to watch, so I'm hoping for more. I'm hoping my team does pick up their first win. We'll see what happens.
All right. I believe that's everybody. I don't have any final words because I'm just tired of Alex mocking me and making fun of me all the time, hurting my feelings. But we'll be back next week so we can do it again. And the Colts will have lost another game, which will make that more fun. I want to remind everybody to check out The Grueling Truth on Twitter, @GruelingTruth. You can hear our shows on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Anywhere you find sports podcasts, you'll find The Grueling Truth. Also, I want to remind you, even though Alex doesn't like boxing, a lot of people do, and on the Ringside Boxing Show Sunday night, we had heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder on, who will defend his title this Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. So if you haven't heard that show yet, go to thegruelingtruth.net to hear that. Plus, look for the mybookie.ag banner to click on. Make sure you click on it. You get a 100% cash bonus, and they'll know you heard it from The Grueling Truth. So, for Alex Golden, Brian Schmidt, Matt Andruscavage, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You're listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.